the machine riders on the field.
We've survived worse! That'll finish the fight fast! I've got this!
Enough! You, Outlanders! I'll skin you both!
Chief, grant me the honor of this challenge.
Granted.
You're next, girl.
I've never seen a shield like that. Better scan it. I can break through his shield if I damage it enough.
Your time is over!
You gotta get through that shield. Now's my chance! Give it up! My shield's regenerated! He's vulnerable. Your turn. Come down here and face me.
No! It was an honorable challenge. You've earned your life today. Comrades,
Just shoot her. Please.
mark this day. Today you have decimated the marshals, slaughtered the Karja. So begins our war on Hikaru. Move out.
Bro, these marshals ain't worth it. They died so easy. The only good death one of the marshals had was when that one guy stopped this behemoth of a machine with his two hands. It's this guy. He isn't even dead, he only lost an arm.
You gonna make it?
You're going on without me, aren't
The
you?
other ones died as if it was their first day on a battlefield. Holy
Guess I'm stuck with Aaron.
bruh.
For now.
Come on. I'll take you back to the fort.
So Aaron, how did you get out of here when the gate was closed? Bruh. Who the frick directed the overall story of this game? Who frickin' playtested that? Or story checked it?
It's salvage time, boys.
I don't think it can take a hit. I should be able to use it to glide.
Aloy. We're still trying to sort out this mess. Seems like the Tanakh have a civil war in their hands.
Still trying as if you had worked for days. You just started.
Sounds about right.
If what the fuck happened
Marshals
would be
weren't
more
expecting Regala
appropriate.
to attack.
And the entire Karja delegation was slain. Nozar, Wadis, Peshav. A massacre. What will you do now?
I have
First, I should advise you to freaking tell Avad that this was not the Tanakh's doing. There is a rogue faction of the Tanakh. And they are the enemy, not the normal ones. So when, for some reason, someone will tell Avad something else, so he goes all out war here. That shouldn't be happening.
to head west. Hopefully this rite of passage is still good. For what I'm after, I'll cross all of Tanakh's territory if I have to.
Then you have a long road ahead of you. This is only the threshold of the Forbidden West. The Tanakh's true domain lies over the mountains that border Plainsong, home of the Utaru tribe.
This isn't Tanakh's territory?
All that out there? That's no man's land. It was supposed to be neutral ground, though obviously this Regala ignored that. Her rebels approached from the north, with all those machines they were riding. They must have made camp up that way.
The rebels were riding bristlebacks. And there were bristlebacks in the Daunt.
Are you saying the rebels let them into the Daunt? How would that even be possible?
I don't know. But it's worth looking into.
While you're at it, there were a number of Karja and Oseram who went out there before the gates were shut for the embassy. Maybe you could check in on them. See if they're all right.
I can keep an eye out. Is there a tall neck somewhere nearby?
A tall neck? There's that one, over there, near the Utaru border. But why?
It's hard to explain. It'll help me get the lay of the land.
If you say so. Is there anything else I can tell you before you go?
You said the Tenakth lands are far to the west. What can I expect to find between here and there?
Well, as I mentioned, you've got a stretch of wilderness known as No Man's Land, and then the Utaru farmlands. Past that are the Tenakth. Their territory is split into 3 clans: Desert, Lowland, and Sky.
Right. I saw their banners at the embassy.
The Desert clan is closest. Ooh, vicious lot. Where everyone else sees an inhospitable wasteland, they see a challenge to dominate. Somewhere beyond the desert is the tribe's capital and the territories of the other 2 clans.
You don't sound certain.
I've only heard the stories. During the Red Raids, the Karja army tried to push into Tenakth territory, but the United Clans rose up against them, forced them all the way back to the Daunt.
So no one except the Tenakth really know what's beyond the desert.
Maybe the scholars do, back in Meridian. All those scrolls have to be filled with something, right?
Like, I'm gonna say this because there's a good possibility it will come up, and I wanna reset it in case it comes up. The last lesson Rost failed to teach us is one. He wasn't able to teach because there was no situation to be made around it, so he told us. His last lesson was him telling us that we need to be there for the tribe. You know? Maybe we don't want to be in the tribe. Maybe the tribe doesn't want us to be inside of it. But he knew that the tribe would need Aloy. And right now, one wrong word, and there's gonna be a massive garrison on this border from the Sun Kingdom. Because if there's anyone like that priest that just died, they want to strengthen those borders. What I'm fearful of is, like, I trust the Vat to not go all-out war. You know, because diplomacy here was always difficult. But that could be an over-investment into forces that would call for war. And I don't want that to be happening.
You mentioned the Utaru tribe. Their lands are between here and the Tenakth further west?
That's right. Plainsong is their home. They're a peaceful bunch, at least compared to the Tenakth. More taken to farming than fighting.
It's hard to imagine a bunch of farmers surviving in the Forbidden West.
Make no mistake, they have a fierceness all their own. When the Karja were pushed back during the Red Raids, their warriors chased ours through the burning fields of Plainsong. The Sun King has made several overtures of peace to them as well, but so far, they've declined.
If they're so peaceful, why decline?
Don't know. I heard they have their own troubles to deal with. Something about a food shortage. You'd think that'd make them open to trade, but no. They just want to be left alone.
This area is no man's land.
That it is. The Tenakth used to attack anyone past Barren Light on sight, but after Avad overthrew the Mad Sun King, he reached out to the other tribes to offer reconciliation. The Tenakth agreed to a neutral border zone as part of the peace talks. Karja and Oseram have been striking out into the area ever since.
But now, it seems like Regala and her rebel army have moved in.
Well, I'd never call No Man's Land safe, even in the best of times. The ancient ruins of the Southwest are a testament to that. Remnants of some forgotten war.
You said there were others who went out when the gates were open before. Like who?
Well, in addition to the salvagers that just went through, there were a couple of other parties of Oseram delvers. Even saw 2 Karja scholars trekking southwest with an Oseram crew. Not sure if they're exceptionally brave or just foolhardy.
Fashav called Regala a rival. Someone that Tanakh chief should have killed.
Yeah, I reckon he should have. She's obviously a huge threat. Her attack was coordinated and precise. Until you got in her way, that is.
They knew the lay of the land. And they knew Fashav was going to be handed over at the embassy. If the Tanakh weren't expecting her, she must have spent months gathering an army in secret.
They had to have made camp nearby. Somewhere they could lie low until the perfect moment to strike.
About Fashav.
The man was taken captive by the Tanakh. Survived for years out in the west, only to die.
You know what would be an interesting point? If the Tanakh chieftain wanted that guy to be buried in his lands. That would be interesting, because that would really show that he valued him further than just his service. And that would make that dude an even greater loss.
Just short of the Sundom. It's a cruel end for a good soldier.
There was more he wanted to do. He spoke of advocating for lasting peace between the Karja and Tanakh.
Too late for that now.
What will happen to him?
His body will be carried back to Meridian. As a cousin of the Sun King, he will be accorded official rights and buried with honor. No soldier could ask for more.
It's too bad about Nazar and Wadis.
At least Nozar went down fighting. As for the Sun Priest, well, no one deserves to go out that way. I'll make sure they're given proper funeral rites. It's the least I can do.
Do you think the Karja will take action against Regala? Seems like you'd have common ground with the Tanakh.
An expedition of the Karja army into the west could be taken as the start of another invasion. Sun King Avad won't risk it. That said, we can't allow ourselves to be caught unaware by an attack like that again.
I'd need to be on my way.
Then I wish you luck. The gates will always be open to you should you wish to return.
You know, what springs to mind is that through this attack, the game has taught me that I will be able to ride a lot more machines than just straight up based models. And what if we can ride the snake? The boss snake. That would be heckin' cool, man.
And don't worry about your friends. We'll get them patched up.
I appreciate it.
Sun watch over you, Aloy. I hope you find what you're looking for.
It's always good to have extra. So, this is the Forbidden West. A whole new frontier to explore. The coordinates from the spire should lead to Silence and Hades. And just maybe, a backup of Gaia. It won't be easy out there. The Blight, the Storms, Regala's machine riders. But I'll have to push through it all. Find a way to fix the world. Like Elizabeth would. A woman who lived
I
in
wouldn't
ambush,
say fix the
Regala.
world,
A lot of machines under her command. There's only one other
but give
person
this
who has
world
that
a
kind of knowledge.
chance.
Silence. What's his angle? Why help to knock the rebels? Good
Good-
spot to test the shield wing. Why climb down when I can glide?
Once again, the game. At least this is in canon. That Aloy often hears stuff or get talked to, but then doesn't understand what's going on. You know? Because what Silence is doing is the same as with the Shadow Karja. No? Hades needed an army, some henchmen, and he was like, huh? Fuck it, why not? And also the Shadow Karja had this myth with a hidden god or something like that. So they were easy pickings. And here you have someone who thinks that she is better than the current leader, the Tanakh.
Useful for making dyes.
Come get up. Yeah.